Welcome back to Venkanna Englishguru YouTube channel. I am Dr. Venkanna and today I am going to talk about previous bits given as part of Andhra Pradesh TET and in 2017 and 2018 as part of paper 1A, 1B, 2A and 2B, and based on all the chapters that we are going to have a discussion. Next, see. So, as you know, there are 10 important chapters, and the first chapter is aspects of language. This chapter, how different bits were given based on the chapter. Language is primarily spoken form. Language is primarily spoken form. Language is primarily spoken form. This emphasizes language is primarily speech, which means it emphasizes both listening and speaking. So, answer is here, oral work. And second, choose the correct statement regarding language. Language is systematic, correct. Language cannot exhibit, no, exhibits. Language is static, wrong. Language is dynamic. Language is unextendable, no, language is extendable. These are all features of language. This bit is based on features, principles of language. Acquisition is not usually associated with. The word acquisition and learning, the difference between acquisition and learning was first given by Stephen Krashen in 1982, where he talks about acquisition is associated with the language at home, first language, mother tongue, not with second or third. So answer is here, third language. Next, who remarked English as a window on the world? This is based on the history of ELT. English is a window on the world. This is a statement given by Pandit Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru. English is a gift of God as given to Indians. The statement is given by Rajaji. So this, Jawaharlal Nehru. Next, choose the wrong statement regarding the English language. What is a wrong statement? It is a major language. Yes, it is a major language of media. Nearly 85% of the material that is available with regard to media is in English. Education from pre-primary and higher level that is available in English in India, true. And it is a library language, source language. A lot of reading information that is available in English. English is the first language, wrong. That is the answer. See, you can look at how different bits were given in 2017 TET, 18 TET. Language acquisition device. Language acquisition device. Language acquisition device. In simple, we can say LAD. According to Dr. Wilder Penfield, Ruth Wade, our human brain is divided into 4 parts. And left frontal lobe is called LAD, language acquisition device. This is suggested by psycholinguists. Dr. Wilder Penfield, Ruth Wade, and Chomsky. All these were psycholinguists. They connect language with the human brain. They believe that human brain is responsible for learning language. True. Next, things, objects have different names in different languages. For example, you see, this is called pen in English. Yaha kalam hai Hindi, and idoka kalam. This is in Telugu. So once you observe this, and one physical object has different names, and you don't find any logical connection, scientific relation between the object and the names. That is called arbitrariness. Language is arbitrary. Why there are 56 letters in Telugu? Why there are 26 letters in English? Why there are 49 letters in Hindi? You don't find any reason. That is called language is arbitrary. Which article of Indian Constitution declared Hindi as the official language? Hindi as official language. Article 343. Article 343 talks about Hindi is the official language. English to be continued from 1950 to 65. After you need to throw English out of the Indian borders. All the vernacular languages in the state are considered to be state official languages. These were the statements made by Article 343, which was opposed by mainly 2 states, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Hence, there was a controversy about language education. 3-language formula came into rise. Next, a table is called not because there is any logical relationship. Same bit, arbitrary. See, you can look at how bits are based on history of English. Bits are based on language definitions and characteristics. Who opined that a bilingual child does not require oral skills? This is Dr. West. Dr. West, who believed that Indians are learning English not to speak, they are learning English only to read. So answer, Michael West. Where he proposed a method, reading method, Dr. West method. Dr. West, new method, new reading method, people say. English is described as a language of civilization, the best option. Next, in the post-independence era, to solve the conflict of language education, as a result of Article 343, and one formula was proposed by CAB. CAB refers to Central Advisory Board of Education, and which was chaired by Jawaharlal Nehru. That committee was three language formula. L1 state official language, L2 Hindi, L3 associate official language, that is English, according to this formula. Next, second chapter, how different bits were given based on objectives of teaching English. The main objectives of teaching English are, what are the main objectives of teaching English? As I told you, promoting listening, speaking, reading, writing. This is the major objective of teaching English when we compare this. So answer is here 4. Next, the chief aim of teaching English in our schools to help learners acquire simple English, natural English, live everyday English. This is called linguistic aim, not literary. What is literary? Promoting appreciation, promoting thinking, promoting critical analysis, promoting problem solving skills through English. That is literary. This is linguistic. Only 2 bits were given in the TET examination. Next, third chapter is development of language skills. Development of language skills. So, this development of language skills, which includes 4 areas: listening, speaking, reading, writing. See, every good piece of writing is marked by correct spelling. Right answer. Next, in a dictionary, when you open a dictionary, you can find one word at the left corner, another word at the right corner. The word at the left corner indicates the beginning word of the page. The word at the right corner indicates the ending word of the page. These 2 words are called guide words or head words. What do we do with this? We'll talk when we talk about dictionary. In realizing the communication aim, one of the following is most important. Spoken language is very important. Are you able to use? That is very important. Are you making mistakes in grammar? Not required. Are you making mistakes in vocabulary? Not required. Are you not able to use certain cues? Not required. Are you able to speak, continue, exchange your ideas, thoughts? That is very important. The aspect to be concentrated while teaching the skill of reading. Very important is reading with direct comprehension and fluency. This is very important as far as teaching reading is concerned. The following is not the sub-skill. The following is not the sub-skill. Not a sub-skill. What are the sub-skills of listening? Sub-skills of reading, sub-skills of writing, sub-skills of listening. You need to master. So answer is here, decoding sounds. So decoding sounds, that is a sub-skill under listening. Next, understanding the summary based on reading the preface. Reading the preface of a book, skimming. Reading the title of a book, skimming. Reading the title of a chapter, skimming. Reading the first paragraph of a chapter, skimming. Reading the last paragraph, skimming. Reading all the headings, skimming. Reading all the pictures of a chapter, skimming. Simple thing. Usually you will get a bit based on skimming and scanning. This is with regard to skimming. Why skimming? We'll have a discussion. Next. The child develops its language at an amazing speed. When you want to learn a language in an amazing speed, I'm from Telugu medium background till my intermediate. But I became an English teacher, English trainer and English lecturer. It's only because of my motivation, interest, anxiety towards the subject that I feel. So if you want to achieve excellence in your subject, and you need to have a lot of motivation, anxiety, interest towards it, whether it is language or subject, whatever. Next, choose the study skill. There are 4 study skills: note making, note taking, paragraph writing and using graphic designers. These are considered to be the major 4 important study skills. Which are the following? The study skill: note making, the ability to read and write. Next, another and questions based on approaches, methods and techniques. Once you observe the skills associated with the audio-lingual method. What is audio? Listening. What is lingua? That is used with the tongue. So what are both listening and speaking? Next, Dr. C.J. Dodson associated with Dr. C.J. Dodson developed bilingual method and Dr. West developed reading method. Henry Sweet, Otto Jesperson, H. Sharp developed direct method. J. Whittaker developed grammar translation method. Simple things. So answer is here bilingual method. Next, nothing can be learnt perfectly, and whatever is learnt is also forgotten. This type of teaching is required. Yes, it's true. This is about techniques of teaching. 4 techniques: remedial teaching, reciprocal teaching, reflective teaching, and action teaching. So this is based on remedial teaching. Next, the following establishes a relationship between theory and practice. As I told you, what is approach? What is a method? What is a technique? Approach, method, and technique. And approach talks about approach which includes both methods and techniques. This talks about theory, practice, but whereas method talks about steps and technique presents some practical techniques. Simple thing, you can see. Approach. Next, when we talk about the method that can be used to teach classical languages. Which method are you going to use to teach classical languages? That is grammar translation method. Grammar translation method, which was developed during 1835, introduced in 1835, popular from 1845 to 1900 in Indian context, introduced by Wood's Dispatch or Macaulay's Minutes. Translation from one language to the other is completely avoided. That is direct method, natural method, immersion method, modern method. Learning can happen best when it is shared with others. Very important one this is. Learning can happen best when it is shared with others. Sharing happens best in collaboration. Sharing of ideas from teachers to students, students to students, students with parents, and students with the society. This approach we can say latest approach, modern approach, and one of the constructive approaches, collaborative approaches, which was developed in 1990s in America. Next, what are the given statements associated with? It is not reteaching, remedial teaching. It is highly specific, remedial teaching. Based on the needs, and it has more practice than theory. So answer is here remedial teaching. Well, steps of remedial teaching are given here and they are asking. Simple bit. Next, which is the best reading in Dr. West's method? According to him, the best reading is classified into intensive, extensive, silent, loud reading. But according to Dr. West, extensive reading habit is the most important if you want to improve, if you want to learn language. So, best extensive reading. Next, along with the translation, what is predominant, what is important in translation method? Comprehension. Are the students able to read the text? Are the students able to comprehend the text? That's it. That's very important in translation method. Next, when we come back to teaching of structures, vocabulary and grammar. The new grammatical structures are presented The new grammatical structures are presented to the students in real language context. Later, students realize the rules. First, examples. Later, rules. This is called inductive. Agavana, Nigmana Paddhatulu. There are two important methods of teaching grammar. One is inductive, deductive. This is examples from rules, inductive. Rules from examples, deductive. Simple thing. Vocabulary, good textbook should be selected and graded. It is selected based on the frequency, usefulness, structural value, universality, teachability, learnability, all that. Next, teaching learning materials in English. Bits based on teaching learning materials. You can see. Language laboratory is a place where you can. Language laboratory provides an opportunity to have a lot of listening materials. You will listen a lot. Next, and practicing of speech. That is the major purpose of language lab. Next, questions based on lesson planning. Appreciation is an important Appreciation is an important aspect of teaching poetry. Promoting appreciation, promoting thinking, promoting logical thinking, promoting problem solving skills, promoting understanding mood of the writer and style of the writer and rhyme scheme of the poem, all that which becomes a part, and promoting imagination, all that major objectives of teaching poetry. But whereas prose, promoting listening, speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary and grammar. Those are the objectives of teaching prose. Where do you observe the following facts? Enables the teacher to do full justice. Next, gives sufficient time to the teachers. Keep teacher and the taught on the original right track. Permanent record, that is planning. So if you have planned, what is unit plan or year plan? That talks about. Next, you can see curriculum and textbooks, importance and need. When we talk about the syllabus, which organizes few items on grammar. These are very useful to promote language functions. How to introduce, how to request, how to greet, how to invite. These are all various functions. This is functional syllabus, not completely grammar. Simple, you can see. Next, evaluation in English language. Next, you can see the tests that aim at identifying learners' strengths and weaknesses. Diagnostic test, we can say Lopa Nirdharana Matrika. Diagnostic tests, which talk about strengths and weaknesses of the students so that the teacher will be able to provide a remedial work to the students. Next, a test designed to measure learners' general abilities in language. General abilities in language. And with TOEFL, IELTS, MPT, those are examples for placement tests. Proficiency tests. Next, one of the following is not a characteristic of a good test. And validity, reliability correct, validity correct, practicality correct, and not quality subjectivity. Involving showing personal bias, feelings of the examiner during the evaluation of a question paper or something. That is called not quality. There are two important qualities of a good test, not qualities of a good test. One is subjectivity, second one is ambiguity. Next, last chapter is all about pronunciation, phonetics, phonetic transcription, which is very difficult. Every time you will get 1, 2, 3 bits. What are the various topics? Sounds of English, vowels, consonants, and pure vowels, diphthongs, consonants, voiceless, voiced, place of articulation, manner of articulation, stress, syllable stress, word stress, sentence stress, intonation, falling, rising, and rising, falling tone, pitch, and pitch, rhythm, and teaching pronunciation. These are all various topics of this chapter. See, the number of phonemes, how many sounds are there in English? 44. How many sounds are there in English? 44. These are classified into 20 vowels and 24 consonantal sounds. Choose the phonetic transcript symbol of ES. If the word ROSES, how are you going to write? You can write roses. So this ES becomes is. So answer is here is roses, bushes, judges, like that you will get. And choose the word with 2 syllables. How? Identify a word with 2 syllables. Quite, monosyllabic. Monsoon, disyllabic. This is correct. Remarkable, 4 syllables. And related, 3 syllables. So answer is here 2. Next, the sound ending yes in the word muzzles. So the word, it becomes za. Third one, muzzles, words, nuns, bulbs, za. Rising tone or intonation is not used. Double questions, requests, greetings, commands. So rising tone is used in and not used in. Double question we can use, and greetings we can use rising tone, and request we can use, but in commands we use falling tone. Identify the sound of the suffix ed in the word needed. So this word becomes id, needed, wanted, collected, like that you will have it. Next, You can see, are you going to the cinema tonight? This is about sentence stress. If the stress is on tonight, if the stress is on tonight, what is the meaning? Or somewhere else? Are you not going? Or is it someone else? Or another night? This is. Simple thing. This is about sentence stress. Choose the word with the correct syllabic division. Fantastic. Fantastic. The first one, trisyllabic word. These two are voiced sounds. Voiced, voiceless. Very simple. I will give you a wonderful word to understand. Kachakatapa, fasa, shaha. These are voiceless. And the remaining voiced. There are 24 consonantal sounds. How do you remember voiceless? Kachakatapa, fasa, shaha. These are voiceless and remaining voiced. Pa, ba. Kachata, not. Ta, pa. And fa, sha, kach, kachata, ta, pa. Not this. Ba, ma. This is ka cha ta ta pa and fa sha ha. So voiced sounds. What are ba, ma voiced sounds? And the sound B in English is what is this? Is consonant sounds phoneme, and this is consonant and a consonant and phoneme. This is okay. Yeah. Next, it also a consonant and phoneme. Or a consonant and allophone. Pa, pa. Answer is 2. Not sorry, not 1. And during a conversation, learners should listen for stressed dash words. What words are to be focused? Content words are stressed and structural words are unstressed. These are to be focused when you want to and understand the speech. Choose the word from the options given that has same sound like leisure. This is pleasure. Common bit in the examination. Okay, subscribe to VENKANNA ENGLISHGURU YouTube channel for more videos in future, as I am planning to start weekly 2 or 3 classes on methods of teaching English or pedagogy of teaching English to the AP DSE or AP-TET aspirants very soon. Subscribe it and follow and share it with your friends. Thank you.